Are knights good? In case you didn't know, knights are the second strongest melee units in the game. They can only lose a duel to European swordsmen. The third spot is taken by the Arabian swordsmen, which they can easily defeat in a duel. They take about 140 arrow shots before going down, and about 10 crossbow shots. If you think that's too low, swordsmen have the same resistance against crossbows. They're just made for these type of units. Anyway, let's see if the knights are actually worth it. Now it might come out as a shock, but this army costs almost 26,000 gold, which is the same as having 320 horse archers. Now obviously knights crush horse archers, and we haven't taken the weapon production into consideration yet, which will significantly reduce the cost. And on top of that, the stables can be used for multiple knights. If your knights die in combat, you would get their horse back shortly after, which makes knights a monstrous harassment choice, especially in the early game. If you make a few workshops and stables early on, and constantly send knights to harass your opponent, you can get insane value out of them. Because as you can see, they are the fastest units in the game, and are pretty much immune to arrows. I found out how annoying knights can be in the early stages of the game, after playing against King Philip and Marshall. But there's one thing for sure, they can never win the cost efficiency war. Almost every single melee unit beats them in terms of cost efficiency, because of how insanely expensive they are. So instead, you should try to be smart when using knights. They have the highest speed in the game, and really good armor against projectiles. So use your insane maneuverability to take favorable fights. Just to give you an idea on how expensive they are, each knight costs 256 gold, if you're buying the weapons and counting the stable cost. If you're going for knights, definitely try making a few workshops, and maybe even further boost your economy by implementing fear factor. With all of that being said, I think knights can be worth the cost. It's just a lot tricky to make them work.